Hey, what's up guys, it's Toxic here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make profit trading on Roblox. Alright guys, so I've noticed in my videos, I'm just going through them, and I see a really old how to trade video, randomly spiked in views around this time, and I was like, you know what, I feel like people are interested, I might as well update it since then. So now we're going to be talking about the nearly 2018 update, but we're going to give it the official 2018 update. I'm just going to close all of these tabs because I was going to get examples, but I feel better like doing this live. So editor, I know it's myself, but like zoom in so you can see the center of the screen, please. Thanks. I'm just reminding myself how to edit. I'm such a stupid kid. For real. Basically, I'm gonna teach you guys how to trade. So first things first, you want to stick with demand. Take it from me, your boy, who has decent demand items. You know, some legit, some catching snowflakes, some secret fire helm that's dead. I just want to let you guys know that you should always try to stick with demand no matter what you're doing. Personally, I would never trade for something while it's inflated. Okay, well, we'll talk about inflation a little bit. Let's just stick with demand first. When it comes to demand, you want to stick with stuff that sell a lot. Like, that's a good rule of thumb here. If we go to 30 days, obviously you won't see it because it sold so many on the first day. Like, if you go over here, you try to put your mouse on it. If you can get the pop-up to happen. You cannot get the pop-up to happen. That's it's really useful, Roblox. Thank you. So helpful. Okay, there we go. So you see how it sold 77, 432, 600. Basically, that's what you call good demand. Same thing with this, where it's like, if we could get over here, 800, 84, all of that stuff. That's typically what a good demand item is. Now, do keep in mind that demand, when you think about it, it shifts when it's getting a bigger item. So the less sales will be needed for you to think of it as a, you know, a higher demand item. Like Green Bandit Top is a very high demand item, but it sold 7 times today. So when you think about it, you know, see, basically since it's bigger, it won't. You can't really expect it to sell as much, but it's still a very good demand item. Like this, you see, sells quite a bit, but not as much as hundreds a day, thousands a day. No, it will never sell thousands a day. Now values is another thing, but I'm pretty sure most of you know what RBX.rocks is. They're decently accurate. I would never go off of them 100%, and I still have to say that this is never going to be a 100% accurate website. I think they even put it on like all of the items themselves. Yeah, right here, values may not be 100% accurate. Never really go off of it, and now that the forums are gone, it's a lot harder to do this. But you always want to like check with multiple people. Now, there's a number of ways. There's a number of ways you could do this. You could go into Trade Hangout. You know, you could ask some people, hey, what's the value of this? What's the value of that? And you could ask people, hey, is this a good trade? Is this a bad trade? And you know, you could use this as like, I would recommend using rocks if you do want to use rocks as like a base. So like not 100% accurate, but close enough. Basically, can't think of an item that's inaccurate off the top of my head. But like, let's say this is 45k, recently raised, but it's still 40 on this on the website, and you don't feel like it's 40 anymore. You think it's a little bit more. You would go around asking people, hey, you know, is this worth a little bit more than what Rock says? Like, just go ask, hey, is this 45 or 40? You know, always just don't just accept based off of what the person on the other side says, because they could easily lie to you or manipulate how outdated rocks, for example, could be. So that's always a good thing. Just use this as like a basis. Don't use it as a 100% accurate website. If the value is close to what you think it is, then by all means, you're probably right with thinking what the value is. You know, just be safe. That's really my thing. Talking about inflation here. Took me a second to think about it. Going back to earlier when I mentioned inflation, items like super if I can find it, super happy face. This is definitely an inflated item. You can see a lot of inflated items when you go to catalog. you go to collectibles, all collectibles, and through relevance, you could see inflation really easily. Sinister branches, what else do we want? This, maybe this, maybe that. Like right now, these are all maybes, so we have to go through them real quick to make sure. Yeah, so let's just close that. Sinister branches, you can see an obvious inflation. You see it's stable, about 2K here. And all of a sudden, it inflates. Now, this is because of Christmas, but any sort of sale will do this effect where, you know, the average price shoots up and it sort of slowly goes back down. Or it slowly just stays there. But you can see that most items that inflate usually tend to go back down after they inflate. Like you can see this, average 7K, goes up to 9, and it's going back down to 8. Blizzard Beast Mode, actually, I thought this would be inflating, but it looks like it isn't inflating. Alright, Purple Bubble Trouble. This one sort of had a weird effect. You know, it was inflating, and then all of a sudden on Christmas it drops, and then it goes back. You know, you can really notice this with certain items, especially Super Happy Face. Like, if you look right here, you can see it goes, like, from 8, 9K area to 10, 11, 11, 10, 10. This actually looks like it might stabilize at around, you know, 10.5 even with the selling price, because it doesn't look like it's going to go back down for a while when its lowest price is 12K practically. But around Christmas time, I would suggest taking a little break from trading if you are trying to make a lot of money off trading, because inflation can really mess you up here. What I would suggest doing is, you know, maybe 2-3 weeks before sale comes up, like, you know, or not sale even, just 2 or 3 weeks before a holiday where people will tend to buy Robux, like Christmas, Black Friday. Well, not really Black Friday, but, well, maybe. Black Friday is a sale. Basically, anything where sales or it's a holiday. So Christmas season, you know, any of the sort of holidays where Roblox celebrates. I think they used to do President's Week. I'm not too sure if they still do it. They do Labor Day. They do Memorial Day. They do Black Friday. They do the Midnight Summer Sale, which is like June, July area. They have a couple sales a year, and that's typically when you need to prepare. Like, just look at the date. If you're within like 2 to 3 weeks range, try to get as much high demand as possible and then sell it off. For the Christmas season especially, what you need to do is trade for demand like early December, hold on to it, and then sell it on Christmas morning, Christmas afternoon, because that's when the items are going to be as inflated as possible. And when they're as inflated as possible, basically you could sell it for more. You basically get more profit than if you had a low demand item. But that's basically all you really need to know when it comes to the basics in trading. That's pretty much it. If you guys want to see a follow-up, let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.